What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about SoundHound. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down on what is really moving it today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoundHound is down 2.5%, 1571 the low, 1709 the high. So it does show that it wants to truly move higher. Just unfortunately, you have a lot of external circumstances and forces really suppressing it. I'm sure you guys know who at this stage in the game what I'm referring to, but 42.9 million shares being traded, 87.6 is the average. So kind of low volume. That's been the case for the last several trading days, and whenever you have a stock getting relatively low-ish volume, it is somewhat easy to manipulate, so something to kind of keep in mind. No actual data points from the states today of significance. So you had initial jobless claims coming in a little bit hotter than anticipated, but I think the market really did want that because essentially they want negative data to prompt another rate cut. So this did go up slightly. So right now there is a 26.3% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut, and that would be for the March 19th meeting. For this upcoming one, for the January 29th, it looks like nothing is really going to happen based on this. Sorry, 0.5% likelihood of something happening. But aside from that, though, I think some people and just the broader market is somewhat worried about Japan. So Japan tomorrow might be actually raising the rates from 2.5 to 0.5, and that would cause and prompt a kind of liquidity pull from the bond market. I guess a lot of Japanese individuals do invest in American bonds, and with rates going up in Japan, that might prompt them to potentially pull some money out and go back to and invest in Japan domestically. So similar type of scenario happened in, I think it was August 2024, prompted the market to go down roughly around 15% in a 4-day span. So something just to be aware of for potentially tomorrow. But aside from that, though, you did see the market react very positively to based on what Trump just stated, and he did say that he's going to be bringing the corporate tax down to 15 if the product is made in the States. So as far as I'm aware, SoundHound would qualify for that. So I think it'd go from the 21, I believe that is what the current rate is, to 15. So very positive for just the economy in its entirety, as well as SoundHound. So I think that should be fairly good. The only thing I wanted to bring up about SoundHound, so there was no news, no SEC filings, but they did post this on social media saying that we're headed to customer contact week. And so that is going to be between, based on this, January the 27th to the 29th. So still another good place and venue for them to really showcase exactly what they are all about. Yeah, because in general, I think this is going to be the future for SoundHound, just replacing customer service type roles. And even you can kind of think one step further, there's absolutely everything that you like. There's just so much possibilities when it comes down to SoundHound. I've already talked on this in previous videos, but I think them doing these kind of conferences is definitely very good and advantageous just to get their name out there as best as possible. So let me know your viewpoint on that, and if anyone is planning on or is in the Orlando area and wants to kind of take a look at it, it is going to be at the Marriott, it looks like, between the 27th and 29th. But like I said, first thing, shorts are already increasing, really kind of hitting SoundHound, increasing 1.05 million shares. That is net. So as per normal, they always increase first thing and then taper off. So 26.3% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 86.56 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 2.85%, and then utilization is 90.91. So based on this right now, just based on the short dollar value, roughly in the last 3 months, shorts have lost roughly about, let's say, 1.3 or 1.1 billion dollars. So that is crazy. Like I said, they have very deep pockets, but just the fact over 3 months that they've lost that and they still decide to increase on a daily basis is absolute insanity. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Moving on to options, 23 million in calls, 4.15 million in puts. 45% of all the options being done are bearish in nature, and I think it has nothing really to do with SoundHound, rather just the macro conditions. Like I said about Japan potentially having a pullback because of that. I think it might be that related, but a lot of money getting in today, so a little bit higher than yesterday. So 27 on the mark right now, still roughly around an hour and a half left in the trading day. 27.2 yesterday, 32.5 the day prior. So a lot of money is still getting into SoundHound through options. And based on the call options that are being purchased, you see consensus for it to be roughly around the $20 range. And that's been kind of the capped optimism for the last little bit. This one stands out. So there was 35,000 purchased at that $16 strike price, expiring March 21st, 2025. So very bullish if you ask me, and potentially, and most likely it was purchased at the very bottom, so definitely they could stand to benefit quite significantly from that. The bears on the flip side, they are anticipating for it to be looks like around $15, between $14 and $15, so they're anticipating a little bit more of a breakdown, unfortunately, but these are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So you have that string of buying that really pushed it high first thing, and then kind of the string of selling. Buying has been kind of more of a seesaw today. A lot of big transactions though today, 1.5, 1 million. And that seems to be first thing as well. There was a buy 3.55, so that seems to be the ones over $1 million. But with it right now at $16, it is right above this S1. So 1596 is going to be the next strong support, followed by 1576. Flip side, 1629 and then 1662 are going to be the next strong target / resistance points. With the high of 1709, it actually did kind of touch roughly that R3. So a lot of volatility today, but I'm pretty sure anyone who's been in SoundHound for the last like month and a half, you're very, very comfortable with like 8% swings in either direction every single day. It's kind of a roller coaster. It's kind of like actually trading like a crypto for the most part, just the crazy volatility, but no new analyst ratings, nothing like that. On the actual chart itself, still above the ALMA, so that is sitting at 1536, 50-day moving average at 1389, so the technicals are still looking fairly good. You have the stochastic RSI looking fairly optimistic as well, so nice bullish deviation, blue line above the orange. It is getting somewhat neutral though, so it's not really considered any more like oversold, so potentially that might come if it does continue its status, and let's say it gets to around that $18 to $19 range, then it will be most likely considered rather overbought, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes down to it. So let me know your viewpoint. So just take kind of a mental note of the ALMA, 50-day moving average, as well as the next strong support and resistance points. So let me know your viewpoint on SoundHound. Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you doing with SoundHound? One final thing, pop over to my Patreon, link in the description below and also the comments. I put out buy signals every single day on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers, so definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.